now?
Okay.
Hi, we're Bling Bling, and we got so much feedback in the last few days from all of our vendors, and so basically we were targeting vendors that have a lot of toppings and condiments. And so the first one of our prototypes was...
So first, we thought that one of the best prototype options would be to create some type of cooler that attaches using these hooks to the front of the truck. That way, it takes more advantage of the entire dimensions of the truck rather than having all this clutter at where the people order their food and pick up their food. And we thought that this would address one of the situations and issues that many of the vendors with many condiments face every day. However, after we went out into the field again, and talked to the vendors again and introduced them to this prototype, we came to realize that the bigger issue isn't necessarily the clutter, but the having to come in and out of the trucks to continue to replace the condiments throughout the day. And it's like sort of the hands-on work that takes up time and makes it less efficient.
Yeah, one of the vendors that we talked to told us that they...
Sorry. No, keep going. I just need to talk to somebody.
Okay. Told us that they had to change the toppings, like the contents of the toppings every 10 to 15 minutes, which was just crazy, and how like cumbersome that was. And so we decided that we were going to tackle more the like going back and forth between like the inside and the outside of the truck, which led us to our second prototype. Okay.
So our second prototype was basically a version in which we had drawers or like cabinet things that would come out of the wall, and what these would have are attachable and detachable bins. And so when you put the drawers into the truck, the vendor could clean these bins out if they had to for the next shift. And when these bins were out after the shift, you could hose them down to remove any excess food that had been dropped by customers.
And so even though I think this was a really good idea in the beginning, I had talked to our friend Patrick from Rolly Roti, and he really liked the idea, but he was concerned about the possibility of cutting a hole through his truck. And so he thought maybe another idea too could be through the window, but he wasn't sure about the space that would have. And so even though this filing cabinet-like idea where he would be able to slide it in and out of the truck would be effective in terms of him not getting out of the truck, he wasn't sure in terms of like space efficiency and stuff and cost, and so this was a big problem, and he's still not sure about it.
And then we showed Lure this, and basically like it was the same kind of thought where it just seemed like way too much work to literally cut a hole inside the truck just to be able to like instead of just walking back and forth. And so then our like third prototype is basically there's this like area between the like menu and the like base of the truck. So this would be the table, and then this is where all the condiments are. And so it'd basically just be like this, the black strip in the back is glass. It would literally just be to remove that glass so they're able to still from the inside of the truck just like pull the condiments, refill them, and then push them back out, which we thought was going to be like a more cost-effective way. It's also like it would remove the whole back and forth. And so we got positive feedbacks on this. And so right now we want to like see how well it is received. And so we're going to like reach out to more vendors that have a lot of toppings, like just to get more feedback on their side to see if it's even viable with their types of trucks. Because we saw, like we went to the same vendors, and so with their trucks it would work, but we don't know if for every single truck model, like this particular solution would work.
We also want to see how much we can incorporate the drawer-like idea into this one space rather than having to cut the whole axis.
Yeah.
Yeah.